Hey guys, I'm back with another 5-star stories build. This time I'm going to be working on, you guessed it, the 1/144 V Siren Neptune. I want to thank VolksUSA for sending me this kit for a build review. They're a really great site to buy these kits from. You get them directly from the source. This will be the first 144 5-star stories kit that I've built. I have a few of the others in my stash already, my personal stash, but I just haven't gotten around to them yet. I have built 3 of the 1/100 kits, the Knight of Gold, the Viola, and the Spearcherkog. They've all been pretty fun as far as the build goes, so I'm hoping this will be the same. So, as I was saying, this is one of the most recent releases. I think it is the latest release, actually. There have been some new announcements since then. The next 144 is going to be the twin of this, the V Siren Prominence. I'm assuming they'll share a lot of parts, because they're very similar in design. But anyway, let's take a look. I should mention that this is just going to be not really a first look. The kit's been out a while, but first look for me, just to check out the parts, the runners. So this looks like some of the leg parts, maybe a head piece or two. You can see if you can see through the plastic, the details are pretty good for a 144. Color's getting all weird. The panel lines look a little shallow. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's easy to fix with a little scribing if I think it's necessary. It's like part of the frame. Maybe some lower armor that looks like feet. Very pointy. Hands. Kind of weird to see how small they are after just finishing up that Knight of Gold. Looks like some waist parts. The detail, actually, it looks pretty similar to the 1/100. Earlier I said it might not be as detailed, at least I think I did, but I might have to take that back. Looks good. Some polycaps. Weapons and the horns. Now the horns are very sharp. That's actually something I like. If you've ever built Gunpla on the V-fins, they dull it down on the smaller scales. So it's nice to see that Volks isn't doing that sort of thing here. It's another flexible piece. When it comes to these parts, the painting can be a little more difficult, but I like to use some adhesive promoter, which I'll go into when I do the build. Some decent detail there. I think these are shoulders. I assume all these gray pieces are frame parts. And more frames. That's it for the parts. Not a lot compared to a 1/100 kit, but definitely a decent amount. I really love the design of this motor head. I'm not gonna lie, I like the Neptune more than the Prominence. Something about the double horns that spread out. The Prominence had just two vertical horns. And that orange color, this color really looks a lot nicer to me. So the first thing I noticed when looking through here, it doesn't have the color that the 1/100s have. I mean, it looks like it's really easy to follow. A few callouts that I'm going to have to use the Translate app on. But just not as nice of a manual overall. It does come with one decal sheet. And it's basically just the shoulder insignia. And it does have the option, or it gives you the paint codes so that you can actually paint it yourself if you want to. But I'm actually going to use the decal. Not that I don't think I could do that, but it's just going to be much easier. So looking through the manual, the way everything goes together seems a lot more simplified compared to the 1/100, but it also looks like there's going to be more masking work involved as far as painting, which isn't necessarily a big deal, but just something to think about. And on the subject of painting, it has the paint codes for Vallejo paint and the option or the option for lacquer paints, which is Mr. Color and Gaia. It's a combination of both. And it has some mixes in here. This little section is all for the shoulder. I did a little Google translating already, so some of this is for some pearl pigments, which I'm actually going to substitute something else for that. And I'll show you that right now. Went ahead and bought all the paints I'm going to need, which is a lot. Mostly Mr. Color. I had some already, but a couple of Gaia. This 122 is very hard to find right now. Maybe because the Night of Gold just came out and everyone wants it, but I don't know. Luckily, I had some left over from that build. So as you can see, there are a lot of colors here, but most going to be mixtures. So the pearl I was mentioning, instead of the powder, I'm going to be using Tamiya Pearl Clear in a spray can. I've never used this before, so I'm going to test it first, just to make sure it does what I want it to do. But that's should give it a nice look if everything goes as planned. And with modeling, you never know if things are going to go as planned, and they often don't. So we will see. The next video will be the first of the build series for this, so I hope you come back for that. My other videos have been kind of long, so I'm going to try and make them a little shorter going forward. So we'll see what happens there. All right. So until next time, thanks for watching.